Remember your favorite hangout when you were a teenager? In your 20s, wasn't clubbing totally the thing? Going 30, it might be recreating the tranquility of a golf court. Lifestyles change, and it is time for something new. Because in our current time of day, we are aware of the need for a healthy planet. Did you know golf court development is considered one of the worst forms of land use ever? There are sound systems, saving up to 50% in energy use. And that doesn't mean you have to turn down the volume. Well, turn up the volume, because here's the green list of lifestyle for some classy yet eco-friendly tips on going green. Wedding plans? It's a nice thought to place your vows in a green setting, to pledge for a life together in the most healthy and environmentally friendly circumstances imaginable. A wedding is a rare event, although throughout Southeast Asia, on average, 95% of all people get married at one point in their lives. That's thousands of weddings a day. Altogether, weddings have quite the impact on our lives and the environment. A green lifestyle comes with respect for nature, but that doesn't mean the wedding has to be dressed down to wearing a shrubbery for a veil. A green wedding can come in all styles. This wedding today has some charming features, like a wedding venue right between the farms of Kranji, up in the north of Singapore. Gardenasia is a nature-inspired site where the owners creatively paved the way for a green enterprise.
We realized that to value add to our clients who come all the way to the countryside, we need a place for them to relax and to enjoy. So a bistro was created way back in 2005. They can go to the fish farm to buy fish, they can go to the organic vegetable farm to buy organic vegetables, they can go to the goats farm to see how goats are milked. And also all these things itself add excitement as a new lifestyle with people going to basic like nature, going back to where the farms are, to understand them, to have fun with them, at the same time learn something from them.
Combining the greenery and the farms around the site saves the venue a lot of costs in transportation. But not only costs are saved, the environment is too. But it takes a lot to build a green wedding. That's why there are wedding planners to help you arrange for the wedding of your dreams. In this case, the green dream.
For the favors, we used soap nuts. The guests can take it home to wash their clothes or washing their hands. We are also able to get an organic card, which is made out of organic fabric cotton. For the dress, it's actually a vintage cloth and then cut and made into a modern wedding dress for the bride.
An eco-friendly wedding is a different approach, but it is in no way less spectacular. This dress, although made of vintage fabric, is tailor-made and restyled to the taste of this bride. Wedding dresses are actually ideal for a vintage market, since they are usually worn once in a lifetime and handled with much care. In a way, a green wedding can last longer, because most items are sustainable. The complimentary cards are biodegradable and carry seeds guests can plant. These flowers and plants are pesticide-free, locally sourced, and most will sustain after your wedding because the roots are still on. Like this wheatgrass, which you can replant after the wedding as a memory of this big day. At the moment of truth, when you say, "I do," even then you can make the choice in a green light. Because jewelry comes with some environmentally sensitive issues as well. Responsible mining means no dirty gold, no corals, and no blood diamonds. They are the resources jewelers have to deal with, and some are committed to using them. Precious metals like gold or the platinum of these rings can be sourced under slavery-like circumstances. And mining, for example, is known for its deforestation practices and leaking chemicals into nature. These diamonds have reached this wedding as part of a certification scheme, which allowed the jeweler to trace back its origins to guarantee no war-torn countries are involved. Peace, love, and eco-friendliness on a pillow. The guests are treated with wine made from the peelings of organic fruits fermented into alcohol. It is eco-friendly because the drink is made from what is usually considered waste. Using the whole fruit is more sustainable than doing away with part of it. The 3-course lunch is made of all organic, vegetarian, and seasonal ingredients. In fact, all ingredients are plant-based, starting with a vegetarian pumpkin soup, which is creamed with soy milk and topped with organic alfalfa, because using cow milk is not an option for true vegetarians. And pumpkin soup is excellent for stirring up one's appetite. The soup is followed by an organic salad of mesclun, mango, avocado, and a dressing made of natural honey and organic mustard, combining sweet and sour for light entriments. The main course is baked portobello mushroom, filled with vegetarian cheese and sun-dried pomodori secchi. Vegetarian cheese is cheese made without rennet, the enzyme obtained from the fourth stomach of calves. Instead, a specific type of fungus is used to complete the curdling. Not only was the food organic, even the wedding cake is 100% organic. From the raw sugar, flour, and eggs to the topping that uses fruits and flowers, the pastry chef made sure that it was green throughout. There is actually no difference in making an organic cake or a conventional one. The ingredients used are free of chemical fertilizers, pesticides, and herbicides, resulting in good old-fashioned full-flavored ingredients. But the ingredients used come in the same amounts and are baked just as long. Yet some say it does taste better because you're eating fresh and pure ingredients, just like the old days. We have seen some mouth-watering dishes that are pleasing to the eye as well as the environment, and a stylish wedding that will stay on the minds of the guests more so for the sustainable gift they got to bring home. A wedding might be a once-in-a-lifetime event, but what about your daily lifestyle? Next, we shall see how those activities so connected with style have green counterparts. We're hitting the golf course and touching on homely hygiene. Because although a green lifestyle is associated with cleanliness, detergents are quite damaging. Why bring your car to your wedding? Leave your guest house on a horse and carriage or even a tricycle, because it adds that personal, romantic, and eco-friendly touch. Or, instead of sending printed wedding invitations, send emails. Not only does it cut costs, it prevents some trees from being cut. We have seen a tasteful wedding, greening into the smallest details with a green meal, gown, and jewelry. But the pleasure of leisure is needed more often. So how can we recreate with a green spirit in mind? What about eco-clubbing in Hollywood, or a game of green golf? Golf used to be the sport of class. Nowadays, it's the hobby of millions. But golf courses are considered one of the worst forms of land use ever. The environmental issues include the amount of water needed for maintenance of these large fields and vegetation, not to mention the amount of chemical pesticides and fertilizers. But the harm starts with the destruction of wetlands and other environmentally important areas during the construction of golf resorts. Land areas with an average size of 650,000 square meters. On the Changi Golf Resort in Singapore, they do things differently.
Now when we had the opportunity to build a new facility like what we did in Kranji, we made sure that even before we talk about how the course will look like, what features we want to put in, the first thing we did was to engage consultants to do an ecology impact assessment, to inventorize the wildlife there and to indicate to us what likely impact there would be when a golf course is put in place there. Now from this study, quite a lot of prerequisites were put into the design brief so that when the bulldozers come in, we do not eliminate areas which were important for wildlife habitats.
On this golf resort, the local wildlife has been preserved during construction, and the animals can move around freely, because the management had corridors built for the animals to shelter and ponds dug deep enough for the birds to fish. But if the golf course were to use lots of pesticides and herbicides in order to maintain that trim look golf courses have, these chemicals would leak into the ponds, ruining the balance of flora and fauna in this area. And so, this resort uses minimal chemicals. The water in the ponds is part of an irrigation system as well, because all the grass and vegetation needs water. And that is the second reason why most golf courses are considered as environmentally unfriendly landscaping. The UN estimates that golf courses use about 9.5 billion liters of water daily. Were this water suitable for drinking, this amount would be enough to provide drinking water to 4.7 billion people. The big catch is, the Changi Golf Course is irrigated by primary effluent. In other words, wastewater. This wastewater is filtered with the help of the ponds and their vegetation. The plants help to bring oxygen into the water, and underwater concrete structures help the water to flow to the golf fields. And it has worked. The ponds are clean and self-sustaining, which enables the golf course to preserve much of its natural habitat. Birds like kingfisher, eagles, and the heron can be found here. Even the rare purple heron is making an appearance occasionally.
Golf courses can be damaging to the environment if they are not built properly. In the case of Changi, we have made very sure that this would not happen, and that whatever wildlife that were in this area before we came in would continue to find this place comfortable for them to forage and even build their habitats on.
The golf course is not only a fun place to be for sporty people, the resort land is shared with the local wildlife. A very green thought indeed. To hit some balls, walk to the next hole, or drive your electric buggy while doing some bird watching along the way. A green lifestyle is not just a walk in the park. Looking at all that gray water used for irrigation made us think about our own water output. How much water do we use when the tap is running or when we flush? Just open your cupboard at home and take a look at the ingredients of your household cleaners. They make for some heavy reading with their toxic symbols and health warnings. In Singapore, a company called Green Cleaners offers to clean your home the eco-friendly way. Those cleaning detergents can be quite an environmental issue, washed away with our wastewater and piling up in our oceans. So how to stay clean and eco-friendly? The Green Cleaners come to your home with eco-friendly detergents and know how to be wise with water.
We were looking for products in Singapore with the green label, but we realized they weren't extensive, and apart from that, they still contain toxic substances. So because of that, we actually scouted in Europe, Australia and US for products that are eco-friendly, and we look for products that have plant extracts, no toxics, and it doesn't destroy your hands, your skin. These are the products that we cherry pick, those that use natural substance as compared to toxics and chemicals that you can easily find at any stores in Singapore.
But green cleaning and a green lifestyle are related in more ways. The service of this company extends from providing green cleaning to training your in-house maid to maintain your daily green lifestyle. Each and every room needs its green pointers according to the training. In the kitchen, a fridge door shouldn't be kept open too long because that is a waste of energy. A fridge seems to use twice as much energy when opened. And cleaning a bathroom has its own particulars.
Most of the time, people tend to hose it down. After soaping it, use the shower head and just spray it down. Stop that. That takes up a lot of energy and water consumption. Instead, fill a pail with water, and that saves a lot of time and money, and especially water consumption.
Of course, there are general tips for the whole house and all it holds, like how to clean a floor or a tabletop, and to switch off the lights when you leave the room. The Green Cleaners have shown how green cleaning exceeds the right choice of detergents. It's about garbage bags, light switches, and more. After the break, we will take you to Shanghai, where the renowned designers group Y-Town will show us some novelties in green lifestyle design. Did you know 1 liter of wastewater pollutes about 8 liters of fresh water? There's an estimated 12,000 cubic kilometers of polluted water worldwide, which is more than the total amount contained in the world's 10 largest river basins at any given time. Before the break, we learned how to keep the home clean yet green with the right detergents. Detergents without warning signs on their labels and without using disposable tissues, but rather reusable sponges. Reusing stuff is something you can apply to more household applications. Industrial designers have implemented the concept of reusability to create more efficient products, like the renowned designer group called Y-Town, based in Shanghai. The designers are behind some creative industrial designs of some large brands. Aiming to promote the eco-friendly lifestyle, the group of designers focus on sustainable design through reusability, reuse, and multifunctionality. A popular watch brand approached Y-Town for a concept to package their well-known watches. Y-Town designed little bags. For girls, they made handbags. And for the guys, it can be a pouch for toiletries. What about gloves? Put together, these gloves are packaging for the watches. But instead of the conventional plastic bag you get with your purchase, a pair of gloves is much more attractive to reuse.
Being sustainable is hard because there's a lot to care about in terms of product design. For example, clients are extremely careful in terms of cost and also the production process. Sometimes buying sustainable or eco-friendly materials means more investments, and that really takes a risk in terms of the marketing strategies of the clients. But as a designer, we really want to insist on this kind of sustainable ideas. For example, being sustainable in terms of material use. Also being sustainable because we use a lot of ideas of modular designs in our product. For example, in terms of public facilities and also furniture designs.
The modularity of their designs is their approach to create stuff with multiple functionalities, like packaging that also functions as a glove, or like the Gardenasia laptop. The Gardenasia comes with different extensions, recyclable USB plugins, recyclable hard disk, recyclable thumb drives, earphones, and laptop bags.
Also, we try to discover the beauties in their own materials. We recycle a lot of usually neglecting materials from the local second-hand markets. And that could be very useful for the new products because we want to have an opportunity that people could appreciate this kind of materials instead of only buying the new products, which is completely a waste in the current market.
And vodka brand has asked them to design packaging for their bottles, but it had to be eco-friendly. Y-Town came up with a recyclable plastic shape that functions as packaging, but can be reused as an accessory for storage, as well as a lamp. Y-Town designed jewelry using old computer parts, and computers of recyclable plastic, and much more. Talking about vodka, it's time for a drink. Let us bring you to Los Angeles, California, to visit a club that pushed green forward, straight into the nightlife. The Eco Club is Hollywood's first eco-friendly lounge and comes with a great deal of effort. And that's because the founders have an eye for detail. For starters, they offer free valet if you roll up in a hybrid car. The Eco Club boasts energy-efficient LED lighting and state-of-the-art environmentally friendly materials.
That was recycled or recyclable. Everything from the building materials to even the way we built the place. So everything from, starting from the outside in, all of the facade of the building is all recycled brushed aluminum. We used, as far as insulation, a lot of recycled materials. There's recycled cottons and denims in there, which really helps us, maintain a low energy bill as far as our consumption with heating and cooling and all that stuff. All the wood that we use is what they call low emissions as far as the glue, which is how it's pressed together. The paint is all low emissions. The bar is all a recycled piece of stone. Dance floor is recycled wood. We try to use everything here, everything possible we try to get recycled. We also use low flow LED lighting. This low energy usage.
The club has a 4,000 square foot lounge where you can swing your boogie on multicolor, energy efficient LED lighting. LED lighting uses light-emitting diodes, LED, as sources of illumination, instead of the electrical filaments or gas used in older lamps. LED light creates visible light with reduced heat generation. To put it simply, LED lights don't radiate nearly as much heat as conventional lights, reducing much of its energy use. Some say LED light is the light of the future. As said, this club has an eye for detail and covers all the senses. Even the sound is eco.
The sound system was donated by Turbo Sound. And Turbo Sound is one of the leading names in sound technology. Turbo Sound uses all recycled materials for their sound system. They are a very energy efficient sound system because with other systems, there's like stray or errant electricity sometimes that wastes power. So with our club and with our concept, Turbo Sound is a perfect fit. We have a $250,000 sound system. It's a very clean sound and very clean energy. So it's less wattage used.
And of course, what's clubbing without a drink? The cocktails here are organic and local. Not much carbon footprint has been wasted to bring this shut-on bubbly here. And even this vodka is organic. We're in for a house pour, an organic strawberry cocktail. Cheers! From sight to sound to taste, this club has covered almost all the senses. We'll leave the rest up to you. Please do keep it eco-friendly. In the green list of lifestyle, we have seen an elegant green wedding, maids managing your household with an eye for eco. We saw golfing amongst the local flora and fauna, the multiple usage of eco-friendly industrial design, and a club that has its music, lights, and drinks all greenified. We hope that you've been inspired by the lifestyles we've featured, making green trendy, comfortable, and delicious.